Ingram Davis. Shout out to Ingram Davis. I've got I'm waiting till a few more people get on here. I'll be heading over to John's today. Hey, Clayton, Mary, good morning. Well, I guess it's good evening where you are. Good morning to my subscribers in the Philippines. Good evening to my subscribers in America and beyond. Efren Dunlap, what's going on from Philly? Brad Jones, what's going on? Michael, he's from Boston, yeah. AJ Eckley, good evening, brother. It's good morning here. Hey, Thomas, good morning. I don't know what time it is there. Hey, D, what's going on? Glad you could join me today. What's up, Robert Sanford? What's up, nephew? You doing okay in Houston? He suffered some of that blackout in Houston. What's going on, Mr. Vegas? Checking in from Vegas. Thomas is in, hey, Oscar. Good morning. God bless you too, brother. Appreciate it. George Mason, what's going on? Monroe Smith, what's going on? Renland, he's a new listener. Hey, thanks for joining us. Welcome. Hey, Thomas, thank you. Torsi says he loves my channel. Keep it up. Hey, D, thanks for joining me today. Hey, Don Ridgway, what's going on? Homeboy, he's in Dallas, Fort Worth. Is your power back on? Hey, Reginald Graham, you in sunny Arizona, man. That's good. What's going on, Mr. Fabian from New Jersey? Twitchy in Thailand. Hey, Mark White, peace and blessings from North Carolina. Shout out to my buddy Sal in Chicago. He's been busy, man, moving that snow. Hell, he told me he worked from 5:30 in the morning to 9 at night. You a baller, man. I have to take my hat off to you. Hey, Joan, what's going on? Sincerely, M. Peace and love all in here. Thank you, brother. DJ Ant, what's going on? James, man, I can't pronounce you guys' names. He says, don't forget to hit the like button. Yeah, thanks. Reginald Graham says, looking forward to move to the Philippines in November. That's a good time, too. Hey, Renland, thanks, man, for your support on Patreon. I'm glad you said that because I'm going to post a new post today about where to stay in San Carlos City. I'm going to feature the Ma'awani Hotel, man. It's nice. Hey, what's going on from New York City? Michael Soren, where do you plan on visiting for your required 3-year exit? Michael, I'm going to Hong Kong probably because it's such a short flight. But I may go to Singapore or Thailand. I haven't really made a decision. I haven't till December. Hey, Mike V from New York City. You dirty puppy. Good morning. Daryl Tier, I just got back from Houston and no one has power, man. Wow. Paul Duran, 20, he says. Yeah, I want to, well, now that we got some people on here, man, I want to thank everybody, man. I hit 1 million views the other day, and, you know, I wanted to let everybody know how thankful I was, man. It's real humbling. You know, I made a YouTube account in 2010, but my channel didn't start until August of 2020. So from August 2020 to now, 1 million views, man. That's unbelievable, man. And I just want to thank everybody for that. Hey, Paul Doran, thank you for that super chat. I really, really appreciate it. That 1 million views, man, is very humbling, man. I want to thank everybody, man, because the guys that come on here, I guess y'all like my base, man, you know, and I really appreciate y'all, man. Your kindness, your generosity, your support. Bryce Wetzel says, when I fly into Cebu, how to get where you are. Well, what you have to do is you're going to fly into Moncton, so you'll take a van to Toledo, Cebu, which is about an hour and a half away. Then once you arrive in Toledo, you're going to take the Fast Cat ferry. It takes 45 minutes over to San Carlos City. Yes, it's not that far. You're about 2.5 hours away. Live More Life says, I'm planning on moving to Davao. Man, that's a nice place. I love Davao, and that's a great choice for you. That's in my expat alley. So, you know, one of the cleanest and safest cities in the world, not just the Philippines, brother. They got a big expat community. Beautiful place, man. They got Samal Island near there, the White Sand Beach. A lot of beautiful women, man. They got a couple of big malls. Hey, Luis Martinez, what's up, man? Thanks for your support and your encouragement and always positive attitude, man. Don Ridgway, congratulations, man. I appreciate it, man. Yeah. Producer Captain AK, all blessings. Thank you. Sincerely, M. said Robert Morris, be a good human in mask. Oscar says, I'm from the Philippines. Thank you for mentioning my name. Man, I appreciate y'all being such great hosts, such a great host country. Ronald Jefferson says, thanks for that super chat, brother. He said, moving to Alfonso Cavite. What's he saying? He says, Baby D rock steady. Yeah, that's a nice place up there at Cavite. That's a big city, brother. Cal Dedman says, Cal, I got your message. Thanks. I don't know why, man. A lot of you guys who have messaged me on my Facebook, it was going into spam. I don't know why. I'm going to have to go in there, and it's been a long time since I've been on Facebook. I'm going to have to go in there and check my settings, man. I don't know why, man. For some reason, I just hit the spam button, man. I had like 10 messages yesterday. And I answered them all, though, but Robert Moore says, congrats. Thanks, brother. Thanks to you, man, and all you guys on here, man. Sincerely, M says, there's a typhoon there, right? Yeah, I think it's up in Luzon somewhere because we're getting the remnants of it. Man, it's cold here. It's rainy. Man, last night, I'm telling you, man, it hit about 70 degrees, wind blowing. I felt like I was back in the Midwest, man, in the springtime. 70 is cold here in the Philippines, if anybody wants to know. And I see John's on here. I've got a special interview over John's house today. I'm not going to spoil it, but y'all going to like it. Yeah. Coming all the way from a different city just to be interviewed. So that's all I'm going to say. But thanks, John, for setting that up. I really appreciate it. Hollywood Baby says he's 5 years from retirement. And let's see what he says. But that's going to be a hard sell to get wifey to move out to USA. Your humble farmer from Atlanta. Yeah, you're right. Now, if she's a Filipino, and Filipinos eventually move back home, no matter where they live. That's the truth. Kenny Subic says, cold this morning, Subic also. Yeah, you're right. Timothy Oak says, Tim from Oklahoma City, I want to come there in November if open. How can I get in touch with you? My email, Tim, is calroach1@gmail.com. Send me an email, then I'll give you my phone number. Dwayne Beckwith said, what's up, Cal? Hey, thanks, Dwayne, for your support, man, especially on my Facebook page, man. You see how that Baby Denise's house is coming along. If anybody wants any updates, go on my Sunshine Shoulders Facebook page, man. That's where I've been posting it because it's really not a whole lot to make a vlog to put on YouTube. But yeah. Hey, Martin. Martin Cole said, looking good and doing good. Nice to see you. Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. Yeah, John set me up a nice interview today. Hey, AJ Eckley. Thanks for that super chat. Hey, Jason Kincaid, thanks for that super chat. He said North Idaho is freezing, so I'm chilling in Encinitas, California, at the beach. Wow. Raise the roof and raise some money. Hey, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. AJ Ackley says, thanks for that super chat. I agree with your last video. America's a country that will teach a person how to live on a budget. If you can do it in the U.S., you can do it anywhere. Absolutely. And why I'm glad you brought that up, AJ, because I wanted to say, man, a lot of you guys was hitting me. I was not disrespecting the vlogger. If the first thing I said was, I'm not second guessing him. He's entitled to his opinion. And then because the guy asked me what was my thoughts on that $2,500 to $3,000 budget. And I just gave y'all my boots on the ground experience. I just gave you the nitty gritty, man. What my budget is, what my living expenses is. It doesn't come anywhere near $3 million. And hey, Sal from Chicago, man, you took off your work clothes yet, man? You've been working 24/7, man. I'm about to send somebody to check on you, man. You can't make all the money. Save some for somebody else. The man Travels 7 says, timing. He said, that man, or is that timing? That man Travels 7. He said, Calvin, can an expat move their Social Security to the Philippines? Well, you won't need to. You don't lose your citizenship to to America or wherever you're from. You move to the Philippines. Just you can either use your ATM card here, use one of the remittance services here, open you up in a bank account here once you're here 59 consecutive days and you get your ACR card, and then just transfer your money from your bank in the U.S. to your bank here, man. It's real simple. Ronald Jefferson says, yeah, we all got an a-hole and they all different. Ha, ha, ha. You're right, Ronald. And I don't understand this cost of living argument and why it persists. Guys, no two of us is the same. We don't live the same. We don't spend the same. We don't have the same habits. That's really all it's about. Mr. Vega said he thought that 3,000 sweet spot was weird. I'm going to tell you something right now, man. If you have $3,000 a month coming in steadily in the Philippines, man, you're going to live very good. It's the sweetest of the sweet spots. I don't care where you live, unless you live up there in BGC like my buddy Anthony, but hell, he's a baller. But I'm going to tell you, 3,000 anywhere else in the Philippines, man, you living like a king. And that's the nitty gritty, guys. I'm telling you, man, you're living a life that you would probably need about 10,000 or more in the United States to live on. Solo Alpha 1 says, hey, Cal, what's your email address again? It's calroach1, CALROACH1 @gmail.com. I'm just telling you, man, the reason that a lot of us come here, yeah, it's initially the women, but once you get over here and you see the cost of living, and I want to give a shout out to one of my subscribers. He said, man, he said a lot of the prices in the Philippines is the same as in America, except for the rent. And he's right in a lot of ways, especially the food. But everything else, yeah, it's cheaper though. Healthcare, transportation. But yeah, the food prices, you go in the grocery store, and that's probably why it's in the small place like San Carlos City. The grocery stores are never crowded. But if you go to Cebu City, Manila, those big places like that, yeah, but a small city like San Carlos, no, because he's right, man. The food prices it's about the same as in America. The peanut butter, just everything, the eggs. The eggs are probably more expensive here than in America. But of course, remember, we're dealing with capitalism there. You got 100 people selling the same thing, so price is going to come down, the quality is going to go up. But he's right on a lot of, when it comes to the food, but about everything else. Now remember, you can't put a price on peace of mind, and you're going to get that the minute you step off the plane. Give it a couple of days, maybe a week or two, and peace of mind is going to kick in, and you'll see, you'll be like, I don't give a damn, I'll pay the same for a stick of butter. Just give me the peace of mind and this beautiful woman beside me. He said, the women got me on a tractor beam. Clayton Mary says. Welcome Narb says, I lived in Thailand for 3 years. I've never been to Thailand, man. Really. Mr. Vega says, a lot of budget videos are just clickbait because they know it will get a ton of views. And you're right, man, you know, but the guy asked me that, but they don't go into any real details. So I gave you every expense I had. I promise you, man, I didn't leave anything out, man. It's hard to spend money here. You know, your biggest expense is going to be your food. You know, it's just that simple. John says, I hope to be able to get $3,000 a month. John lives over here. He's been here for 2 years. He will bear witness to what I'm saying, man. If you getting $3,000 a month over here, man, my God, you're living like a celebrity, man. I promise you, you'll have the big condo with the swimming pool. You'll have everything that you ever dreamed of. And you could probably have 2 or 3 women living with you, man, because that's a lot of money over here. You know, especially once you get used to thinking in terms of the Filipino economy and the peso, it's gonna shock you how much money that is. Let's see. Flint Doc says, what's up, brother Calvin? You salty shellback. Yeah, man, I'm going to tell you, man, I did a lot in my life, but I'm proud to say I'm a shellback. And I'm telling you, I went through the ceremony when it was a real ceremony back in the early 80s, man. Not the sugar-coated stuff they got today, brother. They beat me with them fire hoses and all that stuff, man. I ain't going to lie. Solar says, I like fast internet for gaming. Do they have fast internet, Calvin? Yeah, in Manila and Cebu, Davao, the Dumaguete, they got those big, fast internet. You know, I was listening to the Black Filipino TV. He was talking about internet and how fast he's got it over there because there's so many different options in Manila, in those big cities like that. Here, I probably can get about 20 Mbps. I've got 5 right now, and it's okay. And that internet gambling is big over here, man. Gambling, period. You go to Manila and Cebu, they got some big, gigantic casinos. John S. says, what kind of house could you get in your city for $500 US dollars a month? Man, let me tell you something. I was just riding past. I'm going to take a picture of this. There's an empty mansion right up the street from where I live. It's in the South Villa community that I was telling you guys about. That if you're earning $3,000 a month and you live in San Carlos City, that's where you would be living. I guarantee you, man, I'm talking about this is a legitimate mansion. It's empty. The grass is grown up. I don't know what's going on. But if you had $3,000 a month, you could probably rent that for $1,000 a month. It's like a castle. I'm gonna take a picture and show you. But for $500 a month, man, you can get. I don't know if they built something big enough in San Carlos City to charge you $500 a month for. You see how big that 2-bedroom is I have. It's 170, man. So you're talking 3 times that. I really don't know if they built anything big enough in San Carlos for that. Let's see. Yeah, Gail. I'm going to interview Gail, do an update on Gail tomorrow for my YouTube channel. We're just going to give you some updates. I'm going to interview her, get some more inside information because we've got some people working on her case and they're getting real close to cracking it. But, we just don't have enough information, man. I tell you, we got some very little information. C. Brown says, you're a wild man, Cal. Not really, man, but I'm going to tell you, you can get wild over here if you want to. Tony P said, take pics. I'm going to take some pics, Tony, of that castle. I mean, it's a mansion. And you can tell it's been empty for a long time. And I got to thinking, man, I put it out there in the universe, man. I said, man, I'd like to rent that place and get it cleaned up. And I put it out there, man, because, it's just been sitting there vacant. Hey, Mickey, 1863, what's up? He says, family says hello from Indy. Man, I love Indianapolis, man. I went to my first and only NFL game in Indianapolis. Hey, what's up, Mickey? 1863. Thanks for that super chat. That's when Peyton Manning was still it was in 2009. Peyton Manning was still the quarterback for the Colts. He played the Nashville Titans. And here's how stupid I am and how naive I am. I'd never been to a football game before. So I told my buddy, somebody that he knows in real estate gave him the tickets. So we stopped and we bought these expensive binoculars because we thought we were going to be way up in the nosebleed seats, where in that new arena they've got, there's no nosebleed seats, number one. But the seats we had were right on the 5-yard line, man. I mean, I promise you, I could have reached out and touched the hand of one of the cheerleaders. They were right in front of us. I mean, it was a phenomenal experience, man. That Lucas Oil Stadium. And if you've never been to an NFL game before, prior to the game, man, they've got live bands. This tailgate, man, it's unbelievable, man. It's something I never forget. So thanks, Mickey, for that super chat, and thanks for that memory, man. But yeah, I love Indianapolis because it's right up the road from Louisville, Kentucky, where I'm from, about 100 miles. And I used to go to their expo every year that they have downtown. That was nice. John S. said, rent that castle and open up a bed and breakfast. That would be nice, but see, San Carlos City is not really a tourist place. That's the problem. There's an Airbnb here, a couple of them, and I talked to the lady, and she said she doesn't get that much business because it's not a tourist place. It's called, what's the name of that place? Because that's where I stayed when I first came here. It's clean, it's real nice. It's only like maybe $10 or $12 a night. Hey, thanks, Dan, for that super chat. He said, my main requirement is fast internet. Let's see what he says. He says, it's a boo, a large city is my only option. Budget is $3,000 US monthly. Well, like I said, for that really, really fast internet you're talking about, now you can move to Dumaguete and get that, and that's not a real big city. That's like 131,000 people. It's the same size as San Carlos, but it's the way it's laid out, it's for tourists, whereas San Carlos is like a sleepy family town, but they're the same size. But you'll like Dumaguete. It's right there. They've got that boulevard. It's really nice, man. And it's a lot of, big expat community, because John told me why. I was wondering, because when I went to Dumaguete in 2010, it was nothing there, man. You could blindfold yourself and walk across the street. There was no traffic. Now, it's like a booming place. And John said, he pointed me toward this article in Forbes magazine in 2015 about how Dumaguete was one of the nice places for expats to retire. And it just blew up. And that's the truth. Hey, thanks, Kenny Subic, man. I appreciate that super chat. He said, shipmate from one shellback to another. See, we went through it, man, with the real shellback ceremony. Hey, friends, thanks for that super chat. He says, hello, Calvin. How are you? I was wondering if it's possible to contact you because I'm looking to make the transition and return to the Philippines. Need your advice. Sure. Contact me on my email, calroach, calroach1 @gmail.com, and then I'll give you my Facebook information. Just hit me up on Messenger, man. That's to anybody, man. I'm just a regular guy like y'all are. I'm not some, expat guru or nothing, man. I just share my boots on the ground experience. I want you guys to just get the real nitty gritty when you get here. It's not drones. I'm not a tour guide, and I'm not the Bible. That's why I would suggest that you look at all the options on YouTube and whatever you can find on the Philippines. But I'm just going to tell you what I'm seeing on the ground here for just a regular Joe like me and what you can expect when you get here. So, yeah, just hit me up on my messenger, but let me know on my email. I'll give you my information. Thanks again for the super chat. That's all I am, guys, and that's probably why I've connected with so many people. I really am. Hey, Mickey. I'm Michael Beck. Oh, okay. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, see, and that's why, I want to apologize to one of my subscribers. He bashed me over the head. Okay, I put a picture of baby Denise on my community. And, man, he beat me over the head about it. He says, hey, I sent you a donation and you didn't acknowledge me. Because I'm going to tell you something, guys. When you send a donation like Cash App, I don't get an email to respond. All they give me is like a emoji or something like that. And your name is not your original name. Your profile name is not your original name. So I really don't know who it is. Now, PayPal is different. They give me your email and 100%. So if you ever send something Cash App, just let me know. Then that way I can, acknowledge you and respond because, man, I'm not that way. And I want to apologize to him. But, if you have a problem like that, brother, send it to my email. Don't put it in my comments, man. Don't imply that I'm some kind of way taking your money and misappropriating it. No, that's why I do all those updates and everything like that, brother. But I'm glad that, you reminded me of that. But yeah, I would never do that, man, But hey, Jason Kincaid, thank you. He said, we see your light, you're golden. Thank you, man. And that's really all I'm trying to do, man, is just be helpful, man, over here. I'm the same guy now with 1 million views. I promise you that I was 6 months ago when I had 50 views. Go back in early my videos, man. They got like 50-something views, 80-something views. I'm saying the same thing, man. It's nothing earth-shattering. It's nothing new. It's just coming from a regular Joe, letting you know that, man, look, when you get over here, this is what it's really like over here. All the stuff that you heard, yeah, some of it's true, but some of it's not. And I just want to kind of sweep away a lot of the myths and a lot of the lies about the Philippines because it really is a beautiful place. It's a nice place. Yes, there's poverty here, okay, that you probably never seen before. But it's far more good than bad. I wouldn't be here, guys. Trust me. If it wasn't, I'm picky. And my mother used to get on me about that little, as far as my food, everything, man. I'm picky. If the Philippines wasn't everything I say it is, I wouldn't be here. Wells Family Journey, welcome, brother. He says, hit the like button. Hey, absolutely, guys. Come on. I appreciate it. Because, see, I know now, Jason Kincaid said, haters hate. That's what they do. Yeah, I think he took a swipe at me, man. And it hurt me, man, because, I say this all the time, man, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart, man. When you get over here in the Philippines, we're so far away from home, our home countries. We need each other, man. We can't bring that old pettiness from America and them places over here, man. We got to throw that away. And that's all I ask you, man. Don't bring that stuff on my channel, man, because it doesn't do anybody any good. That's all I'm saying, Because really, when you get over here, you're going to see how much you need us. You ain't going to be out with all that fighting and stuff. Wow, Ballin 1665 in Paradise says, hello, Calvin, still got snow in Lexington. Wow. I was born in Lexington, man. At 4 years old, we moved to Louisville, so I consider myself a Louisvillian. My mother, bless her heart, she was a big UK fan. And you know, because she grew up in Lexington, and you know, UK was a big deal there. But we were all Louisville fans in my family, my brothers and sisters. And man, I'm glad that I don't take that game as serious anymore. I mean, it don't even bother me who wins anymore. But I'm gonna tell you, if Kentucky beat Louisville in anything, it would ruin my whole week or weekend. But it's not like that anymore. Thanks, Wells Family Journey. He said Calvin's is the real deal. That's the only way I know how to give it to you guys. Fran says, what's my email address? Is Cal Roach, C-A-L. Let me write it down. CALROACH1 at Gmail. I hope you can see this. You probably can't. CalRoach1 at gmail.com. Yeah, just hit me up there. But yeah, I'm glad I'm not into that anymore. See, when I moved over here, man, only sports I watch now is the highlights. I don't even watch sports anymore. It's crazy. James Lyon says, hey, Calvin, how much is that project costing you? I told you that was a big job, bro. Yeah, I went over my budget, but I really don't care. It's probably going to cost me about a little bit over $3,000 US, which is a fortune, you know, back there where they live and, you know, building. But y'all can see it's worth it, man, you know. And thanks to y'all and all the donations, see, I probably only spent about, so far, it's like 50-50 because I had to buy all the tools and everything. But it's probably going to take about another $1,200 to finish because when I leave here, right before I go to John's, I've got to go get some more order some more gravel and sand. I got to buy some more cement, some more 10 millimeter bars and everything because they're going to do that other side of the house, the floor today, then the plywood, and then that's basically it. And I think they're going to finish the upstairs, but I think they want to go ahead and do the floor to the Lola's room, which is the grandmother, and then that front area. So the whole front of the house is going to look the same. If I stop right now, man, not Gail, Donna said, thank you so much. I mean, they at least can, hey, Taylor Jackson, thanks for that super chat. They at least can sleep in comfort. Hey, thanks, Michael Cosby, for that super chat. He said, some men there live with 2 or 3 Filipinos. I would think that would be a problem in the Philippines with all the Catholics there. Do the men, they support their family or what? How do the men do that? Well, you know, I try not to tell people how to live, but I see it. And, hey, Wells Family Journey, thanks for that super chat. Absolutely. Believe it or not, man, you know, there's a lot of Catholics here, and then they throw in their Filipino beliefs, but they're just like us over there. You know, we're Christians on Sunday, but hell, Monday through Saturday, we the devil, you know, and that's how it is over here. You know, you got your dyed in the wool Catholics that go by all that stuff, but most of them, man, you know, from Monday through Saturday, everything goes. Okay, John, I'll see you at the interview later, man. Thanks for that, setting that up. These guys are going to be happy about that. But most of Monday through Saturday, this is boots on the ground information, I'm telling you. From Monday through Saturday, they're the devil. Everything goes, man, you know. When I first came over here, I had they didn't live together, but they probably would have. Because my son's mother, man, she was just crazy. I mean, especially when she knew I was with the other woman, she wanted to come there. And I promise you guys, but I felt uncomfortable. She would have come there with my son. It would have been the 4 of us. All right. So yeah, you'd be surprised. You'll be shocked what is accepted over here. So long as nobody's being disrespected, so long as nobody is, you know, being hurt and all of that. I told you, the Filipino man is a unicorn. they will leave you alone. They won't bother you. They'll let you have the run of this country, man, as long as you respect them and their culture. You don't have to learn Tagalog. You don't have to learn Bisaya. You don't have to learn their traditions or anything, man. You know. Hey, Curtis, he said, what's up, Calvin, King of the Philippines? Oh, man, I wish I was, man, but I tell you, it's not. Overstay Way says, hey, Calvin in the Philippines, Calvin in Texas here. Recently found your channel. I'm 46, retired, weighing my final decision to move to Thailand out of the Philippines. Leaning toward the Philippines. Man, would you retire from the military? You're young, brother. I take my hat off to you. Everybody that is able to retire that early. Papa Smurf, the OG, checking in from Manhattan, New York City. Wow, you're in the big city, brother. He says, I'm coming to the Philippines soon as it opens up for foreigners. Shawshank Redemption says, my pension is $4,000. Wow. I can't wait to see my girlfriend. Man, you might as well just, I'm going to roll out the red carpet for you, Shawshank Redemption, when you get here. Because, hell, I got to tip my hat. There was a guy in the comments on that video, that last video I had, that budget video. He said his is $5,000 right now, and it's soon to be $7,000. He lives over here already, him and his wife. They travel around a lot, man. You know, guys like that, I'm going to tell you something, man. That is amazing. I mean, really. Cal Devin said, one of the rules is if you have the vaccine already, it gives you special privileges. Well, I tell you, that's going to be all over the world, man. It's going, you know, they was talking about, remember they was talking about putting that chip in everybody. Now that vaccine card is going to be equivalent to that chip. If you ain't got that vaccine card, man, you ain't going nowhere. But see, what people don't realize already is they already know where you are. Man, let me tell you something. It's so crazy. On the back, why you think they got that tape strip behind your credit card? Now they got all your information on the back of your license. I'm not being paranoid. I'm just saying, man, they know where you are. When they swipe your passport, they know automatically where you are. It's just like that now. This is 2021, the 21st century, man. Unless you off the grid, man, Big Brother's watching, man. It's crazy. But yeah, that vaccine is just adding to that, you know, that eye that's watching everywhere you go. You know, it's just true. But I don't, you know, people say, well, why should you matter? Why should that matter if you're not doing anything wrong? Well, it matters because we all deserve a certain level of privacy, guys. That's the reason why you have a lock on your bedroom door and your bathroom door. It's not that you're doing anything wrong, but we all deserve a certain level of privacy. And it's a proven fact, man. Psychologists will tell you that people act different when they know they're being watched. See? If you know that no one's watching, man, you know. Hey, James Lyons, thanks for that super chat. He says, hey, Calvin, check your Cash App. I'm going to kick in a little more on your project. Good job, brother. Keep up the good work. James Lyons, man, I appreciate you so much, man, everything you do. We're on the last leg of this, guys. I won't take on another project like this, but that's just me talking. That ain't the spirit talking, because if you'd have asked me before this all started, man, I've never helped in my 12 years here anybody specifically. But y'all saw that situation there. I just went there to bring them some groceries. Man, and that whole thing grabbed a hold of me, man. I could not leave there without doing more, you know. And then, you know, the wheelchair, then, you know, because my initial thing was just to fix the floor so they could push the little girl out the house in the wheelchair. Man, I seen that house, man. I tell you, man, it did something to me, man. I'm an insurance agent. I've been around. I've seen poverty, man. Nothing like that. But the spirit, you know, this me talking, man. I'm not going to get involved in something like that anymore. It's big. But that's just me talking. But I appreciate you, man, really, man. I ain't gonna lie. And all of y'all, because it wouldn't be possible. And there's no way, I would have had to do it in, sections. I wouldn't have been able to work all the way through like we're doing now. As far as, and these guys is working 7 days a week, but they want to work 7 days a week, see? And that's really helping them. See, we had to hire another guy because I'm trying to get it done. But hey, Leonard Gaines, he said, "What's up, Calvin?" James Lyons, he said, "I live in Mississippi." Oh, okay. Mississippi Burning. I saw that movie, but excuse me. John Reynolds said, "Anyone giving out counterfeit vaccine cards?" That's coming, brother. That is coming, man. I guarantee you, man. Ty Sanders. Hey, Calvin. Hope all is well. Hey, guys. Ty Sanders has a new Facebook. He's married to a Filipino, and he wants to share his experiences of being married to a Filipino with everybody. Go by his channel. It's TATAY Sanders, SANDERS. I told him to put some more, give some more content, because once y'all start coming, you're gonna want that content to be there. But I think it's a great idea, brother, because especially now that she's in America, and you can, but you got to give them the nitty gritty. Don't sugarcoat it, man. Let them know how she's acting. Let them know the difference between her now and then. Because I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm going to tell you. If I could do it all over again, man, I would have never brought my woman over there. Papa Smurf, the OG, said, "Calvin, you're doing God's work, sir. Keep doing what you're doing." Thank you, man. I ain't going to lie, man. I was moved by the Spirit to help her. And, somebody helped me in my time of need. I tell y'all that all the time. It's really true. And I hope I never forget it. Cal Devlin says, "Hey, folks, Cal can sing. Only in my bass voice. I can sing like Lou Rawls, some songs, I think everybody, if you find your voice, if you find your key, I think everybody can sing, really. But what we try to do is, when we hear a song, we try to sound like the original singer. And we sing out of tune, out of key, and it messes everything up. If you find certain songs, I guarantee you, there's certain songs in your key that you can sing and you'll sound good. And that's how it is with me. I've never taken any lessons or anything. I just, and then over here, they force you to sing. You'll be embarrassed. You'll go to a party or something, and that microphone will come into you, and your knees will be shaking, your palms are sweating, and they're not even paying attention to you. Karaoke's just a pastime over here. They're not looking at you, man. It's a stress reliever for people over here. But you're going to have to sing if you come over here. Hey, AJ Eckley, thanks for that super chat. He said, "I can't wait to meet these Amazon girls." When you see them, you're going to bring your American thinking over here. You're going to be intimidated. Even though if you walked up to them and said hello, they would probably fall over backwards. But see, that's why I say don't bring your American thinking over here, because it's going to stop you from talking to a lot of these women. Hey, Jane, Credo, Leroy Williams, what's up from Pittsburgh, man? My uncle, who I'm named after, he moved from Lexington, Kentucky to Pittsburgh, and then he moved from Pittsburgh to Philadelphia, where he retired. He worked for the United States Navy, but he wasn't in the Navy. He's in his 80s now. Let's see. Jason says, "Calvin, listen to your John Denver cover. It will be played on your last day here on earth, as it has so much of you in that song. It's a masterpiece." I tell you, man, that song, man, is a great song. And it started everything for me. I was depressed, man, down in Zamboanga. Man, that fatigue had kicked in, that pandemic fatigue. And, uh, man, I heard, because over here in the Philippines, they don't play it. Everything they do is loud. The music is loud, the karaoke is loud. And I'm just sitting back there feeling sorry for myself. And the next door neighbor's blasting this Sunshine on My Shoulders makes me happy. And when you little and you hear those songs, they don't mean anything to you, man. You just singing along with it. But as you get my age and you start listening to the lyrics, man, that's a powerful song. Hey, Music Man San Diego, thanks for that super chat. Did you look into Baby D maybe seeing the dentist? I didn't. I'm going by there today because I've got to take some equipment. And I'll talk to Donna and have her take her to the dentist. It's not going to be, dental work over here is very cheap, but I'm going to look into that, I promise you, today. It wasn't because I forgot or anything. I just didn't. So much was going. It's like a beehive over there. You can see the kids is in the way. I got to pay the little kids to take the trash out just to get them off the construction site and out of harm's way. But yeah, that Sunshine on My Shoulders makes me happy. Those songs, man, they're powerful when you get older and you start listening to the lyrics. I mean, I grew up in that era. I don't believe, this is just my humble opinion, man. From 1970 to 1979, I don't believe they've ever made, I don't care if you like country, rock, soft rock, R&B, soul music, man. I don't believe they've ever made better music. And then back then, it was just so many groups, so many artists. Now it's just a smidgen of people producing music, bringing out music. Back then, it was like, okay, I'm going to do this. And every week, somebody was out doing somebody else. And I think it made the music better. But now, hell, you got a handful of people. And I'm like, where's all the soul singers at? Really, man, where's all the R&B singers? Because every generation would replace the next generation, man. It's not happening like that anymore. See, the Jackson 5 faded out. Well, here come New Edition. Well, when New Edition faded out, then, the 90s. But now there's nobody. It's absolutely gone. They used to have a R&B top 25. They don't even have it no more. There's not 25 songs on R&B anymore. It's crazy. Careless Whisper, Brad Jones said. That was a big song over here because it was a scandal. Music Man San Diego says, you're the first black man that I know who loves John Denver. But really, man, I'm going to tell you why I love music like that, brother. And this is true. In Louisville, Kentucky, now remember, I'm from Kentucky. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky. The Soul Station used to go off the air at 5:30 in the winter time because of the signal. And then in the summer, it was on to 8. Well, if you wanted to listen to music, you had to turn it over to the rock and the soft rock. So I learned, John Denver, Elton John, the Carpenters, the Who, all them groups, Three Dog Night, y'all know all of them from back in the 70s, man. The Beatles. It's just some crazy songs, man, that I had no choice but to learn, back then. Because we love music in my house. But at 5:30, there was no more Temptations. There was no more Supreme, Smokey Robinson. You had to go over to the Carpenters and Elton John and all that. Even the hard rock, man, like the Winters group, Edgar Winters group. See, that's how I got hip to them. I didn't have no choice, man. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky, man. Imagine that, 5:30, and they would play that Lift Every Voice and Sing. They were going off the air. So you turned it over to WAKY, WKLO, and you listen to that kind of music, John Denver and all them, man, and hell. Yeah, Don Ridgeway, WLOU. You know what I'm saying? It was gone off the air. They'll play that Lift Every Voice and Sing, which is the black national anthem. That was their going off the air signal. If you didn't have no choice, you had to listen to Helen Reddy and who else was I listening to? Just everybody back in them days, man. I Never Promised You a Rose Garden and all of that songs, man, you know. Yeah, James Taylor, Bread, America. Thank you. Glenn Campbell. Yeah. I'm telling you, man, you know, but man, I'm gonna tell you, that was the best music back then. I don't care what. Fifth Dimension, yeah. I don't care who you know, the what's the one with damn, I can't remember. Man, there was so many groups back then. Green Eyed Lady, Ocean Lady, you know, all of that. Barry White, yeah, but see, he was on our station. Yeah, the OJs, yeah. Smash that like button, guys. We got about 9 minutes because I got to go over here and get this material. Then I'm going to head over to John's. But yeah, man, yeah, after 7 now, right now, Babyface is my favorite. And see, my family, I introduced my family to Babyface. I was living in Cincinnati, Ohio at the time. I got to tell y'all this story. And this is when the deal first, this is the early 80s, like 83, 84, when the deal first came out. And Babyface was actually the drummer. And I used to see him all the time. I'd go to the nightclub. They had a nightclub over there called Jello's in Cincinnati. It was actually right across the bridge. I see Babyface and L.A. Reid. I'd see them all, the whole deal group. And man, were they good. They, you know, so I brought the music home to Louisville, Kentucky. They said, we don't like that slow stuff, right? So whenever I play it, man, they get mad. And then Babyface and L.A. and Babyface blew up. And everything on the radio was L.A. and Babyface. And then when I'd come home, they'd be playing the music to me. See? But yeah, I used to see L.A. and Babyface. And actually, I worked at a janitorial supply company on Spring Grove Avenue. And the studio was right up the street where Reggie Calloway of Midnight Star, I see him every day on my lunch break. They be standing out there smoking cigarettes on a break, Babyface, Reggie Calloway, and they be in this little bitty studio making just these massive hits, man. And, you know, I think back on it, man, I was like, man, I was privy to some hell of a music, man, back in them days. Some inside information. But yeah, and Dee Bristol, who, if you know, oh yeah, that's who I was talking about, Creedence Clearwater Revival. That's who I was trying to think of, D. And also Chicago, man. Yeah, all them groups. Hey, Michael Cosby, thank you. Appreciate you stopping by, man. I appreciate everybody for stopping by, man. This is like the highlight of my day. Boston, yeah, I listen to Boston now. Yeah, that's right, Charlie Harris Jr. Race didn't matter, man. It was the quality of the music. Ohio Players, yeah, Sugarfoot. I mean, these was legends, man. You know, Sly Stone, Bonnie Raitt, you know, Simon and Garfunkel. Well, of course, Quincy Jones, Roy Orbison, you know, Peggy Sue, yeah. I'm gonna tell you something, man. Jim Croce, oh man, he's one of my favorites. You know, that Operator, and I Have to Say I Love You in a song. See, I'm gonna record one of them and put it on my. I love Jim Croce, man. It was so sad, you know, when he died. You know, you talking about he was young, you know. And see, when you little, those guys seem so much older. But when you get older and you read their story, man, I think he was only like 33 when he died, or 31, something like that. He was young. Jim Croce was. Yeah, Calloway, Reggie Calloway was a bad boy. I used to see him all the time. Yeah, Average White Band, Steely Dan, man, Leonard Skinner, yeah. Sylvester. Danny says, we're in the PIU. I'm in Negros Occidental, San Carlos City, about 4 hours north of Dumaguete, which is that big expat city now. Yeah, ELO, man. Y'all bringing back so many memories, man. But back in them days when I was little and growing up, still not even a teenager, you could turn it on any radio station because that's what you had to do then. If a song come on you didn't like, you had to switch the station, and a good song would come on. Hey, Chris, thank you for the super chat. Okay, yeah, because I'm gonna have Donna take her for a checkup this week. Really appreciate it. Thank you, brother. You're welcome. Yeah, the Rolling Stones. I got a story on them. I was working at the fairgrounds. It was about 1977, 78. I was about 14 or 15 years old, and I was working, and the Rolling Stones came to Louisville, Kentucky, out to the fairgrounds, man. I made so much money letting people in that back door, man. I mean, I made a ton of money. For me back then, $200 was a fortune. But yeah, I was letting people in because it had sold out. It was like, it only, that little stadium, Cardinal Stadium, only sat about maybe 30,000. They sold that out months in advance. But yeah, I made a lot of money. Cal Dedman said we would get together and sing some melodies when I get there. Let's hear some Donnie McClurkin. Absolutely. And see, now that's the new R&B. It's the gospel. That's where all the R&B singers are. They're singing the new R&B singers. They're singing gospel music now instead of, Junior Walker and all sorts. When I moved to Cincinnati, that's when I started listening to that urban jazz like Kenny G, Najee, George Howard. See, that's my favorite now. That's what I work out in. Boney James, Jim Butler. A friend of mine gave me some tickets in Dayton, Ohio, at that Phrase Pavilion to see Boney James and Jonathan Butler. It's one of the best concerts I ever been to, guys. We were on the second row. He had bought the tickets for him and his wife's anniversary, but they decided at the last minute to fly to Washington, D.C. Well, he gave me the tickets because he knew I would use them. I drove, me and a friend of mine, from Louisville, Kentucky to Dayton. That's about 140 miles. And man, we were right on the second. I could have reached my hand out and shook Jonathan Butler's hand. If you've never seen Jonathan Butler in concert, man, I would pay any amount of money to see this guy, man. He is great. And of course, Boney James was the highlight. He was the headliner. But man, I mean, music is my life, man, really. Yeah, Charlie Daniels. What's that one song? Who sung that song? If you're in love with a woman, that's Charlie something. Watch your friends. Spyra Gyra, yeah. Yeah, the music died, man. Ed from Queens, you right. That's what that was a song. Yeah, Durrell Hall. I first lived in your hometown in 1981, you dirty puppy. You talking about Louisville, Kentucky, or San Carlos City? Clayton, let's see, what's he saying? Oh yeah, it was a good. Clayton Murray said that was a good little hustle, Calvin. Man, I thought I'd hit the lottery, man. Because I don't even know what tickets back then to see. I think tickets back then was something like $15, which was a fortune. Because normally you go to a concert, it was only like $5 back then. But because it was the Rolling Stones, it was like $15 or $20. Them, Earth, Wind, and Fire, like that. But I was working, janitorial, cleaning up. But we were at this back door, man. I wasn't the only one that made that money. It was like 4 or 5 of us. We all made like $200, man. It was unbelievable. And we saw him run out on the, Mick Jagger and all them. We saw him run out on stage, man. We was right there. It was unbelievable, man. Yeah, Dr. Hook, yeah. It was just so many crazy, man. I'm going to tell you, if you can tell me a better decade of music, man, you go ahead and tell me. Yeah, Rod Rodenstein, Lou Rawls. I do a Lou Rawls cover on my channel. That what's the name of that song by Lou Rawls? Not You're Gonna Miss My Love, and not that one. It's another one. Lady Love. Yeah, go on my channel, man. People like that too because I got a deep voice. I kind of like that. Yeah, Cat Stevens, man. It's so many, man. I'm gonna tell you, there wasn't a better. That's when Lionel Richie came into his own during that time. The Commodores, slow music at first. They was, man, they was rocking. That's why the Commodores broke up because Lionel Richie started writing that slow music, and they said, man, we don't want that stuff. Elton John was big time, man. And then Billy Ocean. Hey guys, I'm gonna have to get over here. My time's up. Thanks everybody for your super chats, your super stickers. Thank you for your likes. Hit the like button, guys. Let's see if we can hit the 200 before this next minute is up. I got 1 minute left. Thank y'all for all your kindness, your generosity, your support. Remember, look tomorrow. I'm going to post that interview over John's tomorrow on my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to post on my Patreon page. If you're not a member there, man, go on and over there and support me. It's going to get better and better. Where to stay in St. Carlos City. Yeah, that's Sarah. Yeah, Confunction. Man, come on. Y'all, the whispers, yeah, it's crazy. But my time is up, guys. If you're in America, man, help somebody, man. Especially, now that, not only the pandemic, but that damn ice storm, these cold temperatures, power outages. It's really important we help each other, guys. In the Philippines, it's 10:30, man. We got the rest of the day to help somebody. You get no excuse over here. There's so many people over here that need help. It's very important that you help somebody today because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. When we help other people, we help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay COVID free, and I'll see you next time.